morning. This is Fridafuture with today's buttisode of Woke Your Butt Up. Today I want to talk about you can't teach what you don't know, and you can't lead where you won't go. Can't teach what you don't know, can't lead where you won't go. I think a lot of us have a struggle with receiving. As soon as we get something, we want to give it away. As soon as I learn something, I want to teach someone else right away. And it's very tempting to bring people into your beginner space. There's nothing wrong with that. When I did my yoga teacher training, in conversation around being anxious about being a good enough teacher, an experienced enough teacher, we were told, as long as you can take a breath a little deeper than most of your students, as long as you've got one step ahead, something to teach them, you're able to do that. So that exists. I'm nervous talking about this because it's so important to me. But what do I know? I know about embodiment. I know about breath. I know about the support of breath in allowing intelligence to flow through the vessel. Yeah, kinesthetic transmission. Do as I say, not as I do doesn't work. It's bankrupt. It's really obvious. And it doesn't resonate. Teaching a class called Sovereignty Through Storytelling, and I kicked it off really well. I was really excited. I was doing well with it. Planned the curriculum, and then promotion started getting in my way. Perfectionism was getting in my way. I spent several days in a sort of resistance. And then, I decided to take my own advice and remember what I know and where I'm really leading us to. I'm not leading us to perfection. I'm leading us to the capacity to use storytelling to reclaim your sovereignty. I know how to do that. I've done that a million times. So my story reclamation, from a place of feeling inadequate, from a place of feeling unprepared, from a place of feeling like a fraud. What's that called? Imposter syndrome. To a place of really narrowing my focus to what I know, to where I've been. It's not like because I tell the story, suddenly I'm perfectly able to do every single thing I've ever wanted to do. No, there's plenty of things in the way. In large part, my subconscious desires to do things that aren't what I consciously want, right? Coming back to existential kink from the other day, that idea that there's a bunch of stuff that you're getting off on that you don't realize in your subconscious, and that's why you keep manifesting the things you say you don't want, right? Anyway, to this story of my freedom, of my inherent enoughness, no matter what is happening, of the primacy of my beingness over my doingness as the place where I earn my worth, or where I perceive my worth, my worthiness. And I am telling stories. I'm writing to myself all the time. So what if I haven't written an article about it? My sovereignty isn't in show, it's in my experience. So I spent a few days with the process of returning to that, and I feel refreshed in my capacity to lead where I go and to teach what I know. Kinesthetic embodiment. That's the place where teaching is most effective, where what you know and what you're attempting to get across in words is lived and is radiating vibrationally off of you. That's the place that is the most effective teaching space, in my opinion. What do you know? Where could you lead? So often we're embroiled in stories of inadequacy and what we should be doing and what we ought to know and what we meant to teach, what we think is really important, but there's plenty of things you're already really good at, that you've practiced a bunch, that are really useful to people who have never done them one time. So, yeah. Lead where you go. Teach what you know. You got it. We need it. Thank you.